Hi everyone, welcome to this very special episode of Getting Back podcast. Nat and I today talk to Tendaiishe, Chitima and Tendai Nguni, who are both lead acts in the very first Zimbabwean movie to be shown on Netflix, Cook Off. Cook Off is going to be shown on Monday, the 1st of June, 2020. And it's centered around a single mom who enters into a cooking competition. We chat to the lead acts today in the build-up to the movie being released on Netflix, and we just talk to them about the movie in general. We really enjoyed speaking to them. We hope that you enjoy this episode.
Go big or go home.
Are you ready for this?
I'm gonna kick your butt.
I'm disappointed.
I'm afraid you're not cut out for this.
We all agree.
Only professional chefs have ever made it past the second round.
I hope there's nothing too experimental in this dish, because you know we like our salad the way we like it.
I saw your honesty is now in the TV.
I'm here on Battle the Chefs to just show what single mothers are capable of.
When am I going to meet this Prince Charming of yours?
You're not like any other girl I've met.
You do your best. Believe in yourself. Good luck, Mom.
Tapia really has his hopes up. I just feel like I'm way, way out of my depth.
It's a good thing when people like you know their place.
I didn't think you were a quitter.
Maybe this was all a mistake.
One last thing. I'm in this too. And if it comes down to me versus you, I won't hold back.
Sounds like it's a little challenge in there.
You gave.
Cool. So how are you guys doing though? Like on a real?
What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean on the real? Was Tendi in here? Was Tendi in here lying just now?
No, because sometimes you get into like an interview like that. So how are you? Is everything okay? And then you're like already thinking about the next question. So this is just like how are you guys doing?
Oh, this is a genuine concern for our well-being. Thank you.
Yes.
I'll let Tendi go first.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm great. It's been busy. I won't lie. It's been hectic. But I've been taking intentional time out. Like literally this morning, I did nothing, and I'm not even ashamed. And I was like, because Saturday is going to be hectic, tomorrow is going to be hectic, and then Monday obviously is going to be hectic. So I'm like, I need to rest. If I don't rest, I won't cope. So I'm just trying to balance it all out, like the hype and the excitement, the interviews, and also just taking time to make sure that I'm still okay and I'm resting.
Yeah.
So
nice.
Yeah. I don't know about Tehn. Tehn's the one who's still working and managing.
Yeah, no, I'm losing my mind. It's been very hectic. I'm ebbing and flowing between like overwhelmed and then like downtime, and then I'm anxious because I'm like, okay, I should be doing something because I'm back at work for the most part, and I work for my old man, so I work, and and then I'm still trying to I've got like a little agency of mine, like I'm trying to get that going, and then this little thing on Netflix, and we're trying to make that special. Yeah, but I like it. My plate is full. I prayed for days like this, so I'm very grateful.
Yeah, that's so true.
It's interesting. You say it's a little thing, but for us,
little some.
Whereas elsewhere, like it's such a big thing, and this movie is something that is being talked about everywhere. I feel like it's drawing people together, and I think as Zimbabweans we kind of need that. We need things that we latch onto that kind of draw like belonging and togetherness, and but so how I know you guys have said that you're obviously taking time out, Tendi, you say you're taking time out, balancing the emotions and everything, but it feels like how else are you preparing like for the release on Monday? What else are you guys doing apart from looking after yourselves? Like what's the process like? What's the next few days like for you?
I think it's a lot of this, a lot of talking to our peoples all over the world. Everyone is, like you said, very excited, and I think just, yeah, it's a lot of interviewing. At least I think on our side, it's a lot of interviewing and just trying to manage emotions. At least for me, I'm trying not to be too excited because I'm still, I just want to see it. I want it to really be there and just be like, okay, cool. It's really happened.
You think it won't happen on the day?
I mean, not that it won't. It's just that, again, like, there's a reason why this is such a big deal for us as Zimbabweans, because we don't get a lot of wins, and
yeah,
I think it might just even be like PTSD, like, man, someone's gonna go and snatch it out of Netflix and just be like, nah, not those guys.
Why are you thinking like that? Oh my goodness, Tendai. Yo, guys. But I know you want to know what's happening behind the scenes. So we're like kind of trying to just manage our emotions and everything. And it's because, and we have downtime and everything, we can afford to do that because there are actually people working behind the scenes. So the producers and the director, they're hard at work organizing. Tendai, they don't tell us much. You know that, Ten, right? But
yeah, there's people working much harder than us.
They've got this big plan. They're going to be releasing stuff on the day, and they're going to, I don't know, they've got this plan that they have. And
that we can't share.
Do we even know what the plan is tonight?
We know.
And then people are trying to arrange watch parties. I know a friend of mine. Yeah, a friend of mine. Yes, a friend of mine was trying to invite me, I think, to a watch party. She's like, "Can you come as a guest as well? Can you just show up at the watch party?" Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Ooh, that would be fun, But people are trying to just kind of like what you're saying. I love what you're saying about getting together because that's really, really encouraging to know that it's bringing everyone together. That feedback is so nice, right, Ten? I think that's like really dope feedback.
Yeah, no, it is like what I keep saying to people, like, I just love this idea that because it's such a feel good movie, such a feel good moment, and I love the idea of all over the world Zimbabweans are just going to be smiling and feeling good.
Yeah,
that's so true.
Yeah, that's definitely what we're going to be doing. So, Cook Off, the first film to be acquired by Netflix, the first Zim film to be acquired. The first Zim film to be acquired by Netflix. So, what I want to know from you guys is, like, when did you get the email? When did you get the call? Like, was it something that you knew was being worked on, or was it like a complete shock?
Okay.
They decided to surprise us as well, and I think like they wanted to be sure as well. So we found out the same day.
Everybody else found out.
Yeah, we found out the day that everyone else found out, but we found out like an hour or two before all of you.
Right.
So we've been riding this roller coaster with you.
Yeah.
Imagine that. So all those emotions, we were not prepped for them at all.
Yeah.
No, we were not.
I mean, Tom said to me, I don't know about you tonight, but he would be like, yeah, we're working on something online, but he never made it seem like it was actually like about to happen. He always made it seem like sometime we don't know when.
I never got that. I wasn't being primed. I wasn't being primed. I just got like on the day I got messages from Joe early in the morning. He's like, the day before he's like, yeah, man, if you get some time to chat, just let me know. And I'm like, wow, what's going on? What's happening?
So serious.
Yeah, and then on the day he's like, we just need to have it's an urgent conversation. I was like, don't tell me that someone's got the Rona.
Oh no.
And then I got on WhatsApp with him. He's like, can we do a video? We just need to see your eyes. I'm like, my eyes? And then we did this WhatsApp video. Like, I rushed to the office because I was like, okay, I better have Wi-Fi. I rushed to the office. The office is like 5 minutes from home. So rushed to the office, get on the Wi-Fi, and I'm talking to Tom and Joe. And then they're like, can you check your messages? I'm like, you have me on video so that I can check my messages.
Yeah.
Wow. I check my messages and it's the poster, and I'm just like,
wow. Oh my gosh.
So they didn't actually tell us. They just sent us the poster while they were watching us.
Wow.
They ambushed us with the poster.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, so you wanted to see my eyes because now they're crying? Because that's what's happening now. Now I'm crying.
Yeah.
And then, it was off to the races.
Oh man, that was amazing. I know that when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, this is huge. And I know like Michelle and I are a big support of the, creative space. And it's just like, this is such a big thing for Zim. But what I wanted to do is kind of like rewind a little bit, because I know that you guys filmed the film in 2017, right? So how did that come about? How did you find out about the film? Did you audition? Just those two questions. How did you find out? Was there an audition process? Maybe start with you, Tehn.
Me? Okay. Okay. So I think Tom sent me the script in 2016, actually.
Right.
And I read for it. And I love saying this part, but like I read with two other Anesus before before they found Tendi. So I read for the part of Prince, and then I didn't hear anything for about a year. And because music was still very much my number one focus, I was kind of just like, okay, cool. Well, another audition, another little thing that's just a thing, not gonna happen or whatever. And then they got back to me. And then in 2017, I read with Tendi.
Yeah. And Tendi, what about you? How did this come about for you?
I actually wasn't even in the scene at all this whole entire year he's talking about. I wasn't even there, because I literally got the part a week before they started filming.
Yeah,
so
actually.
I came in last minute. Literally, the week we were about to shoot is the week I got onto the team. So what happened was one of my best friends was getting married in Zim, and I was maid of honor, and so I was going to be in Zim for a month. And I messaged Joe on Facebook asking him if there was any work he was doing. Could I come on set and just kind of chill or whatever? I was thinking I'd be like a water girl or an assistant, And then does he not say to me, we might still be looking for a lead actress for a film we're working on? I'm like, what? Yes, I was so happy. And then he went quiet on me for 2 weeks.
Oh.
So in between those days, I was hunting him down. Like, you said you have a film. Here's my email. Here's my number. What is the film about? I kept hunting him down until he eventually said, okay, let me introduce you to Tom. And then so Tom sent me the script to read to see if I liked it. And then he asked to see my show reel. And I sent him a couple of clips. And then we both decided, after reading the script, to be honest, I was like, I want to be part of this. And then he also said, okay, cool, I want to work with you too.
Wow.
And then literally 4 or 5 days later, I was now because I'm in Joburg right now.
Right.
I went now for the wedding. Well, I was going to be there for a month, but and we started. Let's say this happened. The conversation happened on a Wednesday, and then Saturday I was in Zim. Then Monday we started filming.
Talk about alignment, hey? That role was just there waiting for you, literally.
Facebook, guys.
You just kind of moved into it. That's amazing. Can we talk a little bit more about the movie itself and just the characters that you guys play? How would you describe it to somebody who hasn't heard about Cook-Off, who hasn't heard anything about Cook-Off? How would you guys describe it? Maybe I'll start with you, Tendi.
I would describe it as, oh my gosh, these words are so overused by us, but feel good. Feel good. Underdog movie. It's actually on the Netflix. Have you seen the Netflix description?
Yeah.
Feel good. Yeah, feel good, underdog, romantic. What else? Comedy. It's exactly that. But to be honest, the film for me personally, how I see it, it's about pursuing your dreams. It's about having the guts to pursue your dreams, and also about family and about love and about cooking. Those are my 4 things. So dreams, love, cooking, and family.
Okay. How about you, Tehn? How would you describe it to somebody who hasn't heard about Cook-Off before?
I always say it's a romantic drama with a hint of comedy.
Okay.
And a lot of food, and it's a what is it? How can I say? It's like a not a coming of age story, but like a coming full
Into
circle kind
yourself.
of story. Yeah.
Like finding yourself almost.
Coming into yourself kind of story, because Tendai's character Anesu is an incredible cook, but she's not a professional cook, and she kind of gets like thrust into this this moment that leads to a series of events that unlock what she's always been all along. So it's a coming of age. Is it coming? Would that be coming of age? Not coming of age, but like a becoming.
Your own, coming.
It's a becoming.
Becoming. I like that.
Becoming Anesu.
It's a becoming. Yeah.
They should have named. They should have titled it that. Becoming Anesu.
Yeah.
A nice ring to it as well. But so you talked a little bit, Tendi, about pursuing dreams, and so the movie kind of is kind of highlights Anesu, who is a single mother, and she's entered into this competition, and I guess her life is turned upside down. I'm really looking forward to finding out like what really happens. But can you tell us like a little bit more about the clips that we have seen? There's an element of that she doesn't believe in herself. Like, or she's like, how you guys have entered me into. She hasn't entered herself into this competition. Her son and I think her mom have entered her into the competition.
Go.
Do you think that there's an element of imposter syndrome, like people not believing themselves? And you mentioned it as well about pursuing dreams. So there's that kind of that push to it. Do you think that there is a link there?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it happens to many people. It could be, and I mean, for women, let's say, to just narrow it down to the actual film, Anesu is a single mom, and she fell pregnant at a very young age, right? So basically, this whole stigma and just the responsibility of caring for your child. Sometimes you put your dreams on the side, and so it's almost as though she, like, life has dealt her this hand. And so she not that, I guess, like you said, she doesn't believe in herself, or she's just kind of decided she wouldn't be able. Maybe she's made herself believe that, even if I wanted to, it's not going to happen. I wouldn't be able to win. I wouldn't be able to compete. I wouldn't be able to actually make something of that opportunity anyway. So why should I even try? And I think it happens to a lot of people. Things happen in life, and then you literally put stuff aside that you really, really should probably be pursuing. So yeah, that element of pursuing dreams, even when you've decided it's not going to happen. And I guess the important thing is to surround yourself with people who do believe in you. I think a lot of times we need those people who see who you are meant to be, even when you can't see it. And that's why I'm saying maybe it's also about family. And
I mean, in the movie, like I was saying, like in the movie, there's like a portion of it where she's kind of seeing herself through society's eyes and what people assume of her, and she kind of assumes that to be true. And as the movie progresses, I'd say even like, with my character, she gets a different perspective, or more of that positive perspective, like which starts with her son and her go and that kind of thing. And then also like the whole experience that she goes through, and kind of more people start to see her for who she is. And yeah.
And then turning to Prince's character, so the little bit that we've seen, we know that he's a chef, he's a professional, and there's a clip where he's talking to Anesu, and he says, well, I'm paraphrasing that, this is still a competition, I'll still, compete. And I thought that was interesting in comparison to sort of like the imposter syndrome that we saw with Anesu. I want you to find out from you, just what you thought about that. What is Prince like? Like, what is his view on life? And also, how do you as Tendai relate to Prince? What are the, few things that you think are similar between you and him?
I would say like Prince, he's a professional chef. He's been at it for a while. If I remember correctly, he came close to winning the previous one or something like that.
Okay.
But I think it's really about being a chef for him. And then, he meets Anesu, and he just wants to, he pours quite a lot into her, and he just really wants to see the best come out of it. And I think even that line where he's kind of saying, yo, it's still a competition, I'm going to give my best.
Yeah.
He says it knowing that giving his best and not kind of phoning it in is going to push her as well, is going to encourage her. And I think the whole way through, he's really just trying to unlock the best from her, even if her best means beating his best.
Right.
And I guess as far and I guess how I kind of like relate to him is this in terms of like, for me, my love languages are words of affirmation and acts of service, and that's, I guess, the kind of person he comes across as to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tendi, like, what do you feel like? What draws Anesu to Prince? Like, what do you think she sees in him that she's like, okay, this is, I don't know.
Without giving away too much of it's interesting because the first time they meet, what does she see in Prince?
Wait. From the very beginning, he's I don't want to give it away, but he's selfless.
Don't give it away. You see, that's what I mean. I'm like, how can you tell them without giving it away? You know what? You guys should just watch this.
You know what's happening right now? Like, we're both kind of like remembering the movie as well, because I haven't watched it in ages. And the version on that we're about to watch on Netflix is like the latest edit. Like, it's been upgraded. Like, it's been cut down even. Like, it's gonna be a new experience for us as well. So it's a thin line between like reminiscing, and then I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay.
Yeah. No. That's really good to know. And I think we've kind of alluded to this, that the movie was done in 2017, was sort of like 3 years down the line. I know that the movie went to Rotterdam Film Festival, and apparently it is the first Zimbabwean movie in 22 years since Flame that was admitted into Rotterdam Film Festival. So
I didn't know this.
You did not know?
Yeah, we were told.
Yo, every interview, I learn new things about the whole. Like, for me, Cook Off, the movie, is also like this 3-year period. I need that documentary.
Yeah.
There's so many beautiful stories, like between like from like the day they yelled cut to like Monday. There's so much to be told.
So much has happened.
Yeah. So did you guys, like, when you did the movie, like, what was your vision? Like, did you think, okay, this is going to go to like local cinemas or in Southern Africa? Like, what was your vision for it, just individually? I know, the producers and the writers will have their own, but where did you think this movie would go? What was the it for you?
I honestly didn't, like I said, I got into this movie the week it was starting to be, it was starting, to be shot. So for me, it's like, it was, you feel like it's a blessing that fell on my table.
Yeah.
And because it was such a big blessing for me, because as an actress, I had been acting, but I'd never done a feature film. And I had been wanting a lead role for so long. So my thing was, oh my gosh, Tendi, this opportunity has come your way unexpectedly, last minute. You have to just ace it, do your best. So that's where my headspace was, like, okay, I need to do my best. I need to really maximize on this acting experience. For me, it was more about the acting experience, the exposure to being a lead on set, because basically as a lead character, you kind of, you go through the whole character arc, like from beginning to end. And it's one of the most challenging but rewarding experiences for an actor to really like push your training and your just like, you know, apply everything you've learned. So, but obviously they were telling us that, oh, you know, we're going to try. To be honest, in Zimbabwe, the sad thing is that the distribution channels are not, the structures are not really solid. So all you can do is just hope that, you know, they can get it out there, that they can get it to cinema. But you actually just don't know what they're going to do with it. And obviously, because we hadn't tapped into Netflix or any of these big online platforms, it was never actually a thought that came to my mind, like we could be on Netflix. I mean, I watch Netflix a lot. Like, I never thought you know, like, now when I go on Netflix, I see my face there. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing. So I don't think I didn't expect it. I don't think Tehn did as well.
Yeah.
I had no, I don't know how, I didn't have any expectations. I'm like, for me, I was like, you know, I've got my music career and I've gotten to where I'd gotten so far with my music, and I'm like, I've done my thing in that industry, and it's like, I had no expectations. I was just really, really happy to be there. I was like, I keep saying to people, even now, like leading up to Monday, I'm not feeling a lot of pressure. I'm like, come on, guys, I'm the rapper guy. I'm the rapper guy, and like, I got to be in a film. And that already was like, wow.
Tendai is a natural, by the way. He is a good actor. Like, he's such a natural. You'll see.
Okay. Well, listen, we're looking forward to, like, we are really so looking forward to this. Like,
from my acting coach over here, I'm very humbled to hear this.
Or maybe what we'll do is, like, after we've watched it, like after a few people have watched it, we'll get you guys back, and then we can like proper talk about, like, so guys, like, what happened in this bit and this bit and this bit. But just to kind of maybe to draw on yourselves individually. So Tendi, can I just to kind of what are you doing now? And also I'm quite interested to hear like what your view is.
Oh, sorry.
The creative field. You know, how was your family supportive? Because I know, like, coming from a place with Zimbabwe, where your profession, you know, you could be a profession. So whether you're a doctor, you're a nurse, or, you know, a lawyer, or an engineer. But how did you get into the creative side, and what supports did you get from your family?
Okay, so I'll answer the first question. What am I doing now? Or should I start at the beginning rather? Okay, so I'll start with how I got into acting and my family's reaction. So basically, I was super shy in high school, and I didn't do drama in high school. I only started acting at university, and I did it undercover at first. So like you said, my parents were definitely not paying for me to study drama. You know what I mean? So I was studying media. That was my major. And I decided to take a few drama classes. I previously worked the year before I went to uni. I worked at Haifa, and I was part of the youth zone. They called the youth zone. And we were doing drama workshops and, you know, like music. And I fell in love with that atmosphere. So when I got to uni and I realized I could take a drama course, I was like, definitely, I loved the Haifa vibe. I would definitely want to take a few courses. Lo and behold, I fell in love with drama, and I knew for a fact that I wanted to do this for the rest of my life. But I couldn't tell my parents straight away, so I just added it as one of my majors. They knew it was one of my majors, but they literally just thought I was going to be a journalist. A news reporter. I only told them after I graduated, because I had added 2 more majors. I added drama and film, and then I sat them down and I said, I want to be an actress.
Wow. How did that go down?
They said, oh, what? No, it's a phase. You're gonna get over it. Look for a job. And I did. I tried to look for a job. It just never actually happened. I'll tell you this now. If I had gotten a job, I wouldn't have continued acting.
Right.
I don't think so at all. Because most times when you get into corporate or when you get a stable job, you obviously can't go for auditions, and also the security of like getting a salary every month. There's no way you're gonna stop.
Comfort is the curse. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. So, but basically, I literally just decided to. There's a day I remember after I graduated, a few months into being at home, back home. As a day I decided I was just gonna start living my life. So I started emceeing gigs and whatever, and that's when I got my first job that led to this and that, and like it was like it always happens when you make a decision to just be authentically yourself and to push for yourself, for what you want to do in life. I think that's when you open a lot of doors for yourself.
Right.
But they've been supportive. Like over time, they've kind of become more and more supportive, and they're really proud of me. Shame. Oh, they're so sweet.
That's shame. You're like, oh, shame.
Yeah, they're so sweet about it. They're like, Tehn, we're so proud of you. And then when people text them, because now like especially now because everybody's talking about it, so even people like my parents have known for like years and years are texting them, and they're like, oh, your child, oh, I'm so proud. And they come to me, they're like, you know who texted me, my friend from where, and you know he's saying he's so proud of. I'm like, wow, guys, this is amazing. So it's been a journey of sticking to what I really wanted to do, and then them kind of turning around slowly but surely and supporting me. So yeah, it's been a journey.
And then Tehn. So just full disclosure, I am a huge fan. So I'm really trying not to fan out. Like Michelle knows, like I hooked her onto a few good poems the year before rap and all that stuff. So
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's my most slept on project ever.
Which one?
I love that album.
Yeah, a few good poems. I always really, really appreciate people who appreciate that project because that's my project right there.
We played it on the podcast. We played Over It All because that's my favorite song.
Thank you.
Just a quick question. So, music. Are we getting any new music? Is music still in your lane, or are you focusing on other creative things?
I'm trying as hard as I can not to focus on creative things, to be perfectly honest. I don't know if we're getting more music. I don't know when we're getting new music. We're definitely going to get new music. Like, I'm not all the way in charge of that, to be fair. But I do know that I am open and receptive. Like, when God says go, I'm going to go. But right now, I'm really just busy with the kind of like introspective foundational work that I feel when I started my creative journey, I kind of I ran away from almost, so that's what I'm neck deep in that. So when even like this with this cook off Netflix, like I was not ready or expecting it, or like I was kind of like, okay, I think it's been about a month and a half since I like changed all my handles to like Tendai, Ryan, Nguni, and I'm like, okay, let's kind of hide in the bat cave, put the bat suit away, let Bruce Wayne like roam throughout his mansion and just wallow in himself and just figure some things out. And then it's like, sorry, I like Batman, so the analogy. And then it's like this amazing, incredibly huge thing is like, the bat signal's up. You need to come out and get the suit on. I'm like, I'm not getting the suit on. I'll come out, but I'm not getting the suit on. So I'm enjoying really figuring out like who is Tendai and what are the pieces of that person or that part of that's me, What did I leave behind? What did I forget when I went out on my quest to like, pursue all my creative endeavors and that. So I mean, music will happen, music will come. I have every single faith. I'm trying to just be focused and disciplined and I don't know how to explain it, but I'm just trying to submit to things that I ran away from before I went out and did what I did with my life, what I've done so far. But yeah, but as far as creatively, me and Tendai are in the show together.
Yeah, another show.
Oh, this show. Cook off.
No, not Cook Off.
Another show.
Yeah, another different production.
Yeah, a different production. Because Cook Off is a movie. A lot of people think it's a show. So if I'm nervous about anything, it's people going on Netflix and realizing that it's a movie and not a show. But we're part of another production that happens to be a show. So creatively, that's probably the next thing coming up that I can say I can actually see. Yeah, and then other than that, like one or two artists have kind of been able to coax me out of my cave, and I've recorded a little bit of music. So when they're ready, maybe they'll release that stuff.
Exciting. Wait, but guys, can you tell us a little bit more about the show that you're both on? Like, can you give us anything at all, so we can just like bookmark it for future?
Okay, so it's being produced by a Zimbabwean lady who's based in Joburg.
Whose name is Tendai.
I know, Tendai the best.
Like all the Tendais, Tendies are all kind of coming together.
There's 4 Tendais on set, right? Is it 4 Tendais on set?
Who is the 4th one, by the way?
Isn't there a 4th one?
I can't remember.
Okay. No, 3 Tendais on set. But I think there's 4.
Unless
but
it
anyway.
was a second name, I don't remember. But so the show is about the intricate, complex lives of working women in this modern African context that we live in. And it's pretty dope. I was part of the writing team, and basically it was written by a bunch of women. And
I didn't know this.
Oh, you didn't know?
No one tells me anything.
But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It's very special because I think it's kind of dealing with a lot of issues that people don't usually talk about. And so relationships, family, religion, issues around marriage, those societal things that, people often...
A lot of things that are like taboo, but they happen.
Yeah.
And you don't really talk about them. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So
I love this show. Actually, I think it's gonna be if the stars align. It's like it gives me like not Bold and the Beautiful, but like one of those like it's not like a soapy, but I feel like it can go for like 25 years because like the layers.
So interesting.
There was an earlier version, and then like this new version has just got so much to it, and like I'm excited about that as well. So.
Do you guys remember Eve from Small House?
No.
Anyway, you guys don't remember, she's also on it. And who else is on it? Like a couple of Zimbos were on it. And then there's the great thing what she's done now is she's kind of mixed it in with some South African talent as well. So it's kind of, there's also that element of
like All-Stars.
Diaspora.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, not diaspora, but just like an multicultural feel to it, which is, I think, it's applicable to actual real life. So it's like Tehn said, it's got lots of layers to it, and you guys are gonna love it.
You guys are like the gift that keeps on giving. So you give us, you're like, Nana, we're gonna get into a show together. No, we love it. Like anything that brings us back to Africa, to home, to anything that we can look at when we look in the TV and can say, oh my goodness, like I can relate to that. It means so much to us. So thank you for that. Just before we kind of round up, we have this thing that we started doing ever since, like when we are interviewing guests. So I hope you don't mind participating. It's just, we call it a lightning round. So we ask you some questions. You need to kind of think of kind of the first thing that comes to your mind,
I'm not good at these kinds of things, but I'll try.
So it's 6 questions. 6
It's
questions.
what?
Shall
6.
I start? I've forgotten which is the order.
Is it 6 each? Is it 3-3 or 6-6?
You
No,
both
whoever answers first, whatever. There's no order.
There's no order. So
Okay, we can both answer at the same time, as in
same time. No, you can do, but we want to kind of okay. Let's start. Then you'll get to see. It's not like it's a competition. We just want to know what you like or what comes to your mind when we ask.
Okay.
When we ask you something. So the first question is, do you prefer texting or talking? Like, this is a significant other. What would you prefer? Do you prefer someone who would text you a lot, or do you prefer someone who will pick up the phone and ring them? Tehn.
Would it be greedy if I said both?
Yeah.
No, not at all. So both.
Why does it have to be either?
Yeah, both.
There's
Give
a
me
whole
both.
story behind that. I would like to explain ourselves.
Yeah, go on.
It's like lightning, the super like lightning, many bolts striking the same spot. So go ahead. Go in.
Go on. Explain.
Okay, my explanation is before, like literally a month ago, or no, before like 6 months ago, I would have said just talking. But like I've been learning, because of a potential person, that it's also okay to text a lot, because then you actually have stuff to look back on, right? So when you talk, nothing is being recorded. But texting means you can actually, you have a chat, you have like a record of what you've been talking about, the things you found interesting and everything. So I'm appreciating both now. That's my explanation.
Okay, I like that. How about
Can
you?
I steal that? Can I steal that explanation? Because I'm definitely for both. I'm definitely for both. Like, it just, different times call for different things. You can't always. Sometimes I get really, really sick of being on the phone, like talking, and then sometimes I get really, really sick of being there texting. So I like them both.
Okay. So is there anyone you're texting, looking back at messages like, oh, this time me and so we're talking about this? Oh, anybody?
I'm also a very serious message deleter. So.
You did answer that question.
I need to remember that. If someone asks me that in future, I'll be like, yeah, no, I delete messages.
Okay.
Yeah, no, because it can be tricky. So rather just focus.
Mm-hmm.
Focus. Yeah.
We hear you.
Okay. Second question. You have to get rid of one. Usabi mix or lemon creams?
Usabi mix.
Usabi mix. I don't like it.
Yes.
Why is that still in production, guys? Like, where are people putting it? So anyway, third question: Ceravita or Mazoe?
Get rid of or pick one?
Pick one.
Mazoe hates it.
I think Ceravita for me.
I cannot stand Ceravita.
Because I'm not a juice person, but I like eating like wholesome, yummy foods.
But it's not that I'm even a juice. I don't even I barely have Mazoe, but like Ceravita, it makes me think of like the respect we don't give Cerelac. They changed the Cerelac formula, and now people talk about Ceravita, and I can't. That hurts my heart. Like Cerelac was supposed to be forever. Cerelac was supposed to be forever. They switched up the formula. People started saying, "Hey, it's for babies," and then they started talking about Ceravita out of like withdrawal. That's how I feel about Ceravita. Ceravita is a withdrawal mechanism. People are just coping and dealing. So it's gonna be Mazoe. One of the last classics left.
Okay. Fourth question: how do you like your coffee? Milk or no milk?
Milk.
I don't like coffee. I don't drink coffee.
Tea? Green tea?
I love herbal teas. So chamomile, green tea, rooibos, those are my thing. Black, without milk or sugar.
No milk in rooibos tea either.
No milk or sugar?
Just the tea bag and hot water. Yes. I actually, that's what I've been drinking right now, actually.
Okay. To find out how
old...
Did
Jen answer this one?
I did. I said coffee. I said with milk. Coffee with milk. But I'm more of a tea person. I'm rooibos with milk and sugar. But if I'm drinking coffee, I need it to have milk because I love the creaminess. I love the creaminess.
Okay. So
We had a lot of tea on set, actually. Sorry, tea and salsa.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had lots of salsa, guys. If that was ever a question you'd ask.
No, so to find out how old you guys are, you need to this.
Sorry.
So it's like from an advert that used to play quite a lot on TV. So you need to finish it. So it's not inside.
It's on top.
It's on top.
Or to be more, it's on
top. Yeah.
So is that like your preferred position to put your milk in the fridge? What are you laughing at?
I was like, where's she going with this? Oh my gosh.
The milk on top of the fridge. Like, I don't know if it's a thing. And
I want it on record that I remained completely calm.
You did. That's worrying. I was like,
he didn't flinch. He didn't flinch.
You see, I told you he's a natural actor. Did I not say this, guys? I've been saying this.
Your poker face.
Yeah. And last question is, what is the name of the first Zimbabwean film to be acquired by Netflix?
When you're going to try to think about it, I could see you trying to think about it.
It's gotta be what's it?
Oh, what is it?
And that's forever. I love it.
It's amazing. It's so amazing. Wow.
No, you guys have been absolutely great. We are, like, again, just not to seem like I'm kind of over picking up, but we're so proud of you guys. Like, Zimbabweans, putting Zimbabwe on the map. Like, this is something we're going to have to talk about with our workmates who have no idea, like, that's there's films or production that actually happens in Zimbabwe. So you are giving us a voice, and we're so proud. And
Thank you.
We look forward to more stuff from you both. So I don't know if Nat has got anything else to say, and if you have anything else to say as well.
No, just the last thing from me, just echoing what you've said. I think this is such a huge deal because, once we have a Zimbabwean film, and hopefully, we're definitely going to do like a cook-off watch party. We're going to be tweeting about it, because then that means that other people will want to see more Zimbabwean productions. So it actually helps all of us. And I think at the beginning we were talking about, just how, we're not at home, but we're still engaged with home, because I think being Zimbabwean is not about where you are. I think if we're all coming together, even as the diaspora, we can, watch Netflix, and we can be part of that movement that actually just reignites our arts, which has been dead for so long. So thank you guys.
Thank you guys for having this.
Yeah, thank you guys.
So thank you.
And you know what? Like it's a brilliant movie. Like, you're gonna be satisfied. Like, you really have a reason to be proud, not just of us, like the whole thing. Like, it's such a great movie. And this is me talking off like the iterations and iterations ago. I can only imagine like what it is now, but like, you're in for a treat. You can be proud safely.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
We look forward to it. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Mwah, mwah. Thank you.